Hey Salceologists, Happy New Year! It's 2025, can you believe it? To celebrate the new year, I thought I would do a fun video, a get ready with me video, where I talk about 25 fun facts about me to reintroduce myself to you guys and all my new subscribers for the year. So this is 25 fun facts about me that no one asked for, and we'll see if I can multitask and talk and do my makeup at the same time. This is my first video doing one of these, so let's do it. My name is Angela. I am 33 years old, and according to my parents, I chose my own name from the womb. So apparently, when mum was heavily pregnant with me, dad used to talk to me through my mum's stomach. He was trying to list off a whole bunch of different names of what to call me, and he wanted to see if I would give some sort of reaction from the womb. I don't know. And he was listing all these names, and I wasn't vibing with the names. I wasn't reacting to them. So what he did was he opened up a Bible that was sitting next to him, closed his eyes, pointed to a random page in the Bible, and pointed to a random word in the Bible. And when he opened his eyes, it landed on the word angel. And he was like, okay, let's try this. He turned around to me in my mum's stomach and was like, what if we call you Angela? As in Angel Angela. And apparently I kicked my mum so hard that my foot was sticking out of her stomach that much. I caused my mum a lot of pain back then. And my dad's like, all right, settled, your name is Angela then. And that's how I chose my own name. I am a full Filipino woman. Both my parents are Filipino, even though people can rarely tell what my nationality is. My great-grandparents were Spanish, which is probably why I have very different facial features from most Filipinos. So I like to change up my look a lot with my hair, makeup, and the way that I dress. So depending on how I'm looking on the day, people will always mistake me for another ethnicity or another nationality. People have mistaken me for being Spanish, although parts sort of true. Egyptian is a common one. Greek, Maltese is a very common one. Turkish, Italian, all the European countries. Someone even asked me if I was African at one point. Like, people cannot tell. And then when I tell them I am Filipino, they're very shocked. Are you half? Are you a quarter? No, I am full Filipino. It's just genetics. I've worked in the STEM industry for 15 years now. I used to say 14 years last year, but now it's a new year. It's officially my 15 years in the industry, and my background is in biomedicine, public health. I specialize in global health, and I also have a background in international humanitarian law as well. I am a first generation Australian, and I was born and raised in Australia, Melbourne. There is a lot of challenges that come with being a first generation Australian, especially when you are entering the education system for the first time. I experienced a lot of barriers when I was studying. If anyone asked me what my biggest accomplishment is in life, I would say it would be completing my degrees. I believe education is a privilege, no matter what people say about it. And the fact that I had not just one, but two, and managed to complete them, that's a blessing, because it really significantly changed my future and my life, and my family's life too. I am bilingual. I speak fluent Tagalog, which is the Filipino language. I learned how to speak that at a very young age. My parents taught me how to speak, and I'm also fluent in English. we must blend. This is the trick to makeup, making sure everything is blended properly. I have a younger brother. I'm the eldest daughter. I have a younger brother and we have a 10-year age gap. So I'm 33, he's 23. And we are very different generations, I think. So there are days where I am his sister and there are days where I'm practically his second mum. God bless him. My dream travel destinations that I would like to go to at some point in my life is to do a multiple country trip. I want to go to Egypt first, Jordan, Morocco and Spain, and do like a trip like that. Unfortunately, that requires money and that requires time. Hopefully one day we get to do that. I am the eldest daughter of my family, as you guys will know if you watch my channel. And I'm also the breadwinner of my family as well. When you are the eldest daughter in my culture, you carry a lot of responsibility in the family. It's a very heavy responsibility actually, and it's not for the weak. You just try to carry it with as much grace as possible. I actually come from a very musical family. If you are Filipino, music is really in your blood. I used to sing when I was little. My dad actually thought I had some talent, so he really wanted me to pursue it as an actual career. I just wasn't interested and actually just wanted to go into science instead. I also like to dance, although I haven't done it in a while. Like when I say dance, I'm like talking about like hip-hop dancing, like that type of dancing. And I also used to play the drums as well. I have been in the workforce since I was 14 years old. I am now 33, so that's a very long time. I've had jobs in retail, hospitality. I used to be a cleaner, an assistant, a receptionist. I used to teach in academia for majority of my career. I was a scientist and I work in health policy as well. I'm fairly certain I've forgotten one of my jobs, but if you guys want a video about all of those jobs and the things that I've learned about each one, let me know in the comments below. I'm also a business owner and founded and own a small business called Salceology. You might see that I talk about it a lot on this channel. It's a business that I started that creates science-inspired jewelry to empower STEM women to reach their potential. I used to teach anatomy and physiology in my day, and now I use that knowledge to create anatomically correct pieces. Basically because I just wanted to use my knowledge in a creative way. Also, I'm a big nerd as well. The two things that I love, fashion, science, I decided to put it together to create this business. If you want to have a look at any of my stuff, I will link it below. The trick is to blend. You gotta blend. Blend. Both my parents came from poverty in the Philippines. They worked their asses off to come to Australia and build a new life for us. When they moved here, they only moved with $20 in their pockets. They landed in Australia and the first place that they got taken to by my auntie, who was already here, was to get a Medicare card. When your parents come from that sort of background, you definitely are reminded of how lucky you are. Oh my God, I'm getting very emotional. I guess you would consider my family to be a low income family. When you come from that sort of background, you see the world in a very different light. Over time, you try to take the lessons from that life and apply it to your own life and just try and work really hard to kind of get out of that life and build it to be something different. I think it's very humbling because you watch them and how hard they work to build a life for you. All the things that they had to experience to do that. You don't take those things for granted. Now, lucky I haven't baked my face yet because it would ruin my makeup. I wasn't sure if that was something I wanted to mention in this video today. It's very personal. But I think it's important because not all of us come from wealth. I didn't. Anything that I wanted to pursue in my life, I had to work hard for it. You don't need wealthy parents or a partner or anyone to support you when you are pursuing your goals, and that they can be achieved on your own. You have the power to achieve great things in life with a bit of perseverance and grit. The STEM topic that I am absolutely obsessed with is the quantum theory, quantum mechanics, quantum entanglement, basically the quantum physics area of STEM at the moment. I find it so fascinating, and I feel like because we are entering a quantum era now with quantum technologies and artificial intelligence, some of these theories, which is very exciting, might explain energy and how the energetic field interacts with our 3D world. So things like manifestation, all these woo-woo things that people talk about a lot, these theories and this area of physics might actually start to explain some of those theories, you know, like intuition, consciousness, like all of these things. That's why I'm so excited and fascinated about it. It basically brings in a potential bridge between science and spirituality. I highly encourage you guys to read up about it. Bonus fun fact, I actually did a journal club presentation to my colleagues at work. I delivered it to about like 80 to 100 people at work about quantum entanglement, because that topic won a Nobel Prize in physics. I don't know if it was last year or the year after. Another bonus fact, I really love artificial intelligence. I'm also very fascinated about that and how different industries, especially STEM and biomedicine fields, how they're using the technology at the moment. Obviously very controversial, the technology is still new. I use AI in business every day. I am very passionate about humanitarian work, humanitarianism and human rights. I believe healthcare, access to an education, food, water, shelter, safety, these are fundamental human rights that I believe every single person deserves. And my career is basically dedicated to making that happen. You know, although my family didn't have an easy life, we are still very blessed and very lucky to be in Australia. Having access to a good healthcare system and education, safe place to live, this is all a blessing, and that some people who are born into this world are born into circumstances that are just beyond their control. As someone who has come from a disadvantaged background, I'm very passionate about this and making sure that all communities have representation in these sorts of matters, not just at the country level, but at the international level as well. I'm very involved in humanitarian work and charity work. I do it very often. My family's very heavily involved in it too, especially when we go overseas. We do a lot of projects there, you know, food programs, education programs, health programs. We do a lot of those. My first degree was a biomedicine degree. I studied that degree at a university that didn't have an established student society for my cohort. Every other university in Melbourne has a society specifically for their biomedicine cohorts. My university didn't. So the lecturers and my cohort nominated me to be the president of the society and to start it, I guess. I also had another student who was a co-president with me as well, and we organized a lot of events and things for the students. A lot of those students who were in my cohort are still my friends today. The highlights I think that I organized for that society was varsity jackets. I have it here actually. I will grab it from my closet and show you guys. Hang on. So these were our varsity jackets. The year of when we graduated is on there. Everyone had different years, depending on what year they were graduating. We had our nicknames at the front embroidered. Mine was Sasha Fierce. Someone gave me that that name back then. And people had the option of having the collar like this or an actual hoodie. I regret not choosing the hoodie to this day, but I remember the process of organizing this for the students. I made them vote between colors and stuff, so this is the color that they chose, and we still all have ours. The cohort of the society has pretty much surpassed their 10-year anniversary, and I remember some of the students or like the alumni wanted me to organize an event. Unfortunately, we just didn't have the funds or the support from the university to do it. I'd love to do it. I'd love to bring back the alumni. I'd love to do a networking event with my brand, and, you know, not just with the alumni, but, you know, women in STEM, you guys, if you ever want to attend an event with my network, they're all in the field at the moment. They study different things and they're now professionals in the industry. Would be good. We just need funding, so... I am the only person in my family with curly hair. Everyone else in my family has straight Asian hair. I grew up listening to 90s hip hop and R&B my entire life. My other favorite genre is 80s music. I really love 80s and 90s music. My current favorite artist that I'm listening to is Chase Atlantic and Tyler. A lot of my fashion style is influenced by hip-hop and R&B genres, especially in the 90s. Like, think Aaliyah, Destiny's Child. A lot of the pieces I create are statement pieces and influenced by that hip-hop 90s era of jewelry as well. If you've ever seen what my mum looks like, we look exactly the same. There was one photo she had where I was 1 year old. She was holding me while she was on a plane, and she had the 90s mullet happening. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that before. I'll put the picture here. And when I posted that picture on Facebook, like as a happy birthday tribute to her, everybody on Facebook thought that I posted a picture of myself. That's how similar we looked. We look so much alike that people call us carbon copies of each other, or Xerox. I don't know if you guys have heard that word before. Xerox is like a printer brand. So they call us that because we're literally a copy and paste of each other. We're literally like a photocopy of each other, as they say. We even have very similar personalities. My mum is a very strong woman. That is where I get my very strong personality from as well. So we are definitely alike in many, many ways. My star sign is Libra. Actually, if we want to get technical, I'm actually on the cusp of Virgo and Libra. I was born on the day that sort of can be on either side depending on the year. There's a name for that cusp. I don't know what it is. If you know, let me know in the comments below. Apparently, we are known for beauty. Like, we love beauty, which is ironic because I'm doing a makeup video right now. We love beauty. We love beautiful things, beautiful places. I guess that sort of luxury life, which I do, not gonna lie. We're about diplomacy, balance, having balance in our lives, which I definitely feel like I have those traits. And we are also known to be social butterflies as well, which is very true to who I am. I love hosting events. I love having people over. I love seeing people. So yeah, I guess you could say that I'm probably a Libra through and through. Now, I'm about to do eyeliner, so I'm just going to talk first before I do this because this is important to do it perfectly. As much as I love to socialize with other people and have people around, I really love to do things alone. I travel alone to countries by myself. I've lived alone in many other states, away from family and friends. I go to the groceries alone. I shop alone. I go to the movies. I eat at restaurants alone. I love my own company. It's kind of getting to a point where I'm getting too comfortable with that, and I probably shouldn't. I've always been a late bloomer. I've always sort of kind of gone off on a tangent in my life, and I've done things a bit differently from what society and my culture expects of me. Both my parents encouraged me to use my mind and to think for myself and to really carve out my own path in life and find that stability as a woman first before, you know, settling down and getting married and doing all the things that women are supposed to do in their 30s. That's such a blessing to me because I believe it shaped the person who I am today. I would like to think that I'm an open-minded person, and I also really love people who follow the beat of their own drum just like I do. I'm the first in my family to do a lot of things. As a woman, I'm the first in my family, I guess you would say, who had the opportunity to live alone in her own space, in her own place. I think the women in the previous generations of my family never got to have that privilege. I'm also the first in my family, again, to study in Australia, first to finish a postgraduate qualification. I'm the first in my family to earn a 6-figure income. The 6-figure income thing was a real shock to my system because I didn't even know what that sort of money looked like. I'm the first in my family to teach at a university, first in the family to work in government. Each time you are the first in the family to do anything, the barriers and the path is just that much more difficult than the average person. Basically because you go in blind, you don't really know how it all works. So on top of trying to achieve what it is you are trying to achieve, you are also trying to understand the system and navigate through it all at the same time. I think that's why I was always a bit of a late bloomer. I had to do things a bit slower than others because I was also trying to figure out how it all worked at the same time. Everyone's got their own timeline, and at the end of the day, it all works out in the end. I have 5 tattoos. One is a revolver gun, the Queen chest piece. I've also got 3 on my back. I think the one on the top is the caduceus. I actually have a jewelry piece in Salceology that represents the caduceus. It's the medical symbol. I also have Fibonacci sequence underneath that. And I also have Ankh, the Egyptian symbol for, I guess, what was it? Protection and eternal life and stuff. Each of my tattoos represent a facet of me, my life, and the things that I believe in and that I'm passionate about. I just want to preface though, with the gun on my hand, I want to say that I do not condone violence in any way. This was actually a 19-year-old Angela who just decided to put this on there, but the gun is meant to represent fighting for the things that you believe in and defending the people that you love. And it also represents approaching life with your guns blazing, which I believe is how I approach my life. And lastly, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you would know that I am a very strong advocate for women in the STEM industry, and I have built my businesses and my personal brand and my social media platforms to create content to empower women to reach their potential in this industry. And the reason why I've created these platforms is because, as I have been a woman in this industry for 15 years, I have experienced nearly every barrier you can imagine in my career. I've experienced discrimination in my career, and when I was going through all of these experiences, I really wished that I had someone to guide me through these circumstances, point me in the right direction of what to do, and I guess mentored me to avoid those sort of situations to achieve my goals faster. Unfortunately, I didn't have that in my career, and so I have developed a lot of wisdom from many of the mistakes that I made, and I guess also the achievements that I've achieved as well. This is the wisdom that I share on these platforms so that other women don't need to go through what I did to achieve their goals, if that makes sense. If there is anything you want me to create content on to share my knowledge about the field, please let me know in the comments below. I am one of the few influencers on YouTube that dedicate their channel to STEM women in this field. Please tell me, what is it that you want to hear? And I'll do my best to create the content for you. And there you have it. That was 25 fun facts about me that no one asked for. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you want to hear more fun facts, please let me know. If you have any content ideas for 2025, please let me know. I am gonna go and do my hair now. If you like our video, it would be nice if you give it a bit of a like and maybe subscribe to my channel. Otherwise, Happy New Year, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.